Depending, the panel could be approved in the NPA, but it's only on lower levels. The majority of our panels, especially in IDAC, for example, have come to the Office of Minister for approval. When the panel is approved, the shortlisted CVs after the pre are then brought through. First, a date is set for the shortlisting. Panel must sit together. We do deliberate, and then we indicate how many positions, what is best for so many positions. So if you have 4, it might, as an example, we sit together. Once we are done with the shortlisting, we then inform HR, this is the final shortlist. We put it on a form and sign.
Yes.
Those candidates are then informed because we then, as a panel, agree to a date. That date is communicated to the potential persons that must be interviewed.
Good.
In that time, the panelists sit together, work out, but we do that so there's no compromise. On that morning, we all have to get in an hour earlier. We all sign declarations of conflict of interest, those forms, and we then work out the questions. The questions are then typed so that every candidate is asked accordingly. If there's a practical, the practical question is also done, and then the candidates come in one by one. And when they do their practical, Minister, there is always someone that is sitting with them from IDAC HR to make sure that none of the candidates talk to one another. And then when we are done, we all do sit and deliberate. The scoring is done. Sometimes we find candidates, sometimes we don't, but there is a stipulated process that we have to follow and that we do follow.
Now, explaining what you know now and the processes that you are following versus what you got involved in.
I should not have gotten involved in it at all.
Okay.
And if there was any irregularity, I really would have appreciated at the time someone to have just raised it. And that process, Minister, if it was raised that this is irregular, I can bet you, me being me, we would have asked that it be set aside. That opportunity was not there, and I do regret. I really do regret. Because here you're about a 2007 issue when, with everything else,
but
I'm
in
going
law,
to go.
What does that mean? There is no old case. There's no. It
Minister,
doesn't get rotten.
I leave it to you and to the panel to adjudicate, but bear in mind,
No,
Minister.
it's not for the panel.
I'm saying that bear in mind, Minister, a complaint has been raised with your office. I have to leave it to you and your discretion.
Okay. No, I just wanted so that the panel is clear.
Yes.
And I'm glad you explained from the point of, because I was worried, you leading quite a number of interview processes.
No,
I didn't want to have a sense that you are not following the process and you are not doing the correct.
And especially
and
the
will
conflict,
have.
conflict issue.
You would have recused. What was expected of you was actually very basic. Was expected of you was actually very basic and elementary. Okay.
Can I interject you and ask, purely from this possibility that the minister just spoke about, just high level, that we leave it at that explanation and we leave it as the candidate has explained it. I'm sure that we can sit here and tear into it for longer, but because it has a potential then to end up at the minister's table, if it at all perhaps there is such a possibility. I don't think that taking it further than up to where we are may actually not compromise it one way or another when it has to go to somebody who has to adjudicate it. So
no, accepted, Minister.
Yeah.
But regrettably, we cannot unhear what you have heard. But I just wanted to bring to your attention.
No, that's why I had to make it on record that I was not aware. I've got my iPad, so I've been looking. I've not received it formal. Possibly it's coming with a fiscal memo that is coming through.
Thank you.
So it was something that we're dealing with. We could have managed it differently, but I think let's take it in that way. By the way, the OEA is...
This complaint was authored by the chairperson of that institution, Tebogo Gas. I hope I'm not butchering the surname.
I think it's Tebogo Class.
Class.
Yes.
Okay. the gas.
Is it gas?
It's gas. It's
I think in-
KH.
in a document I saw,
Yes.
class, yes.
Yes.
Sorry.
And I'll go straight into the key issues that concerns that he raised as an objection for your appointment. Her failure to recuse herself in matters affecting her husband constituting a clear conflict of interest, the existence of serious allegations linking her spouse to factional battles within SAPS, creating severe perception risks, her misuse of prosecutorial authority in pursuing a matter that was plainly a sub-HR/disciplinary issue, the premature and poorly prepared enrollment of the Matela Koko state capture prosecution, which collapsed at great financial and reputational cost, and broader performance deficits of the investigating directorate. The NDPP plays a pivotal role in safeguarding public trust, prosecutorial independence, and constitutional integrity. In our considered view, the cumulative concerns outlined in the attached submission materially compromise Advocate Johnson's suitability for this critical appointment. We thank the panel for its important work and trust our submissions will assist in ensuring that South Africa is served by an NDPP of the highest integrity and competence.
I dealt with the issue of the conflict. I can't take it further than what I dealt with. With the Coco matter, I also dealt with that at length. With the alleged HR matter, which involves the head of crime intelligence and others, I'd like us to be mindful the matter is sub judice. It is a criminal matter currently in court. Safe to say that the charge sheet is a public document. It is not an HR matter, and it was not about him sitting on a panel. It is about allegations that happened before the interview, during and after, that compromised the entire, just in a specific part. Lots of things happened before, during, and after, but that's not the only charge. There are fraud charges as well. So even if one says the corruption matter fell away, there's still other charges that they must answer to. And I want to be clear, Minister and panel members, IDEC did not look for a case. I did say at the ad hoc committee, there was a Section 27 referral that was made. We had to look at where this matter fell. And this matter fell not because it was one matter. There are 6 matters that form a collective of activities of these matters that fell within the definition of our state capture matters. Hence, we took the matter. With regards to what deal with him, in the same way that if I have challenges with colleagues in my workplace, the national director, as my immediate supervisor, must deal with me. It can never be expected of me to enter that fray. I have never, and I let my space of work be respected in the same manner. It's not for me to have entered it. And I have not dealt with any matters because my husband works at Crime Intelligence. He's been there since 2009. These matters came to us in November 2024 through a complainant, and that we didn't make secret, and that there are 6 different matters that we have dealt with. And the head of Crime Intelligence, as he is now, has been there since, I think, 2021 or 2022, Minister. Just to be clear, if what we do is look for vendettas, cases would have been dealt with a long time ago. Cases could have, we got a referral. In fact, if you'll allow me, Minister, I actually commented the other day, I said, if we didn't get this referral, we wouldn't have had any matters in that space because that is the truth. These are the matters we were dealt, and that is why we're dealing with it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Advocate Johnson. You'll be come to the end of the interaction.
So you take the smiley one away? Because because he also infected the prof, because at a stage the prof was smiling.
So the smile just went through.
And even when May was telling me about my could and should, she still smiled. No,
At least the panel is friendly. No, thank you very much, Advocate Johnson, for coming through and for availing yourself to be put through the process. It's a process that we know it's quite interrogating. I hope we didn't come across as interrogating, but having a conversation with you. So thank you very much that you made yourself available, and the process ends here. I wouldn't explain to you. You know the process. You are internal as well.
Yes.
How it's going to run from
I
here.
am aware.
And thank you very much.
And may I take the opportunity to thank you and the panelists. I wouldn't have expected any better, smiles or not. This is a rigorous process, and what the NPA needs is exactly as it was explained. Nothing is personal. So I'm glad you gave me the opportunity. I have to let you deliberate as you see fit, and I thank you.
Thank you very much, and have a lovely evening.
I will. Thank you.
Okay, that's it, members. Until tomorrow.